Well, folks, we are live from Champions Gym with 1:43 before announcement of the teams as your Lady Bears take on the Lady Tigers from Tonasket. It should be a okay matchup. We're going to get into Tonasket's record and how they're doing this season. I recognize a number of last names with Tabor, Williams, Jones, Turner, Bobadilla, Goodrich, a bunch of names on the team, Beltram, that are names that I've called from basketball in the past. So got, kind of like us. I got one senior, 3 juniors, 4 sophomores, and a couple freshmen. So younger team, and from my understanding, one of our starters actually came down from up there. Her dad had played for Brewster, and so they decided to come on down as well. Caitlin Gibbons, a sophomore, I believe, played for Tonasket last year, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be, but we'll see. All right, we're going to get into their standings here momentarily, but right now we're going to stand up and honor our flag and listen to our great band play it for us.
Enjoy tonight's contest. Let's make this a fun and positive experience for everyone. At this time, we ask that you please rise. Remove your hats and join us in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem. Tonight, the anthem will be performed by the Brewster High School Pep Band under the direction of Miss Alicia Polson.
Love that. They do a great job. All right, so they're going to start announcing lineups. I am noticing our ladies have pink undershirts on. I wonder if it's for cancer awareness. Okay, Bella Williams coming out. Junior. Our senior, Hylea Aparicio, starting tonight. Paisley Beltram. Caitlin Gibbons coming out. We got Tonasket cheering, so I'm assuming she came from down there. All right, let's look and see. All right, Tonasket is 2-2 in league, 4-14 overall. Berkeley coming out. They lost to Liberty Bell 36-45, lost to Prelude 28-40, lost to Republic 36-60. They beat Kettle Falls 45-36. Lost to Davenport 17-56. Lost to Okanagan 47-54. Lost to Colville 35-53. Lost to Manson 34-38. Lost to Kittitas 16-41. Won Jenkins Chuya 36-25. Lost to Valley Christian 34-53. Lost to Pateras 21-52. Lost to OMAC 16-53. Lost to Okanagan 28-55. Lost to Chelan 22-48. Beat Manson 46-40. And beat Bridgeport 41-30. And then lost to Lake Roosevelt 42-65. So probably a little bit of a rebuilding year. All right, ladies coming back in. Oh. Let's go look at RPI. I am curious. No, we're still at 3. So Brewster's RPI holds steady at 3. Tonasket's 43. I am. Okay, so Pepper must be flying and isn't here this evening. All right. Okay. So Pepper is headed to LSU for a javelin throwing seminar, I guess, and that's exciting for her. Oh, Caitlin. Caitlin for the 3. Doesn't quite hit. Rebound, Hialeah. Great job, Hialeah. And she puts it into Leasy, and Leasy nails it. So Brewster takes a 2-0 lead. Tonasket comes back across the court. I want to zoom in a little bit here. Sorry I was a little late getting here. I just didn't get headed out as quick as I had hoped. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to get foul on, I'm not sure who. Who are they calling it on? Okay, so that is on Berkeley. Okay, J.C. Norris, sophomore from Tonasket at the line. Miss Norris hits the first one. 2-1. And gets the second one. Ties the game, 2-2. Page inbounds to Hialeah. Hialeah brings the ball across the court. Kicks it back to Page. Page looking around. Little double team on her. Over to Berkeley. Berkeley driving in the middle. Kicks it out to Caitlin. Caitlin thinks about it. Drives through. Gives it over to Leasy. Leasy around. Doesn't drop. Rebound out of there by Miss Norris. Throws it out of bounds, and it will be Brewster ball. 6:55 left here in the first. Bear ball on the near side. Page comes over. Inbounds it to Caitlin. Caitlin puts it back to Page. Page a little pull up, not going to hit. Goes out of bounds. Bears all smiles tonight. Bears putting, again, pressure on Tonasket with Beltram giving it to Norris. That went up to Norris. Back to Beltram. Beltram drives through everybody, lays it up and in to take a lead, 2-4. Page bringing it down across the court quickly. Pulls up, double team. Berkeley thinks about it, passes cross court to Hialeah. Hialeah gives it into Page. Nice pass. And rims around and drops in. Tied at 4. Bears still putting on pressure. Tonasket trying to work through it. Davenport with it. Passes it off to Norris. Back out. Beltran down to, oh goodness, I'm not sure who. That jersey isn't on this. Oh, Tonasket gets a turnover. Norris gives it over to Williams. Out of bounds. It will be Tonasket ball. Tonasket brings it down across the timeline. Dribbling around. That's Williams. Doesn't drop. Berkeley with the rebound. Berkeley brings it down, puts it up to Leasy. Leasy misses the lay-in. Tonasket comes down with the rebound. Leasy reaching for it, doesn't get a foul, but they're trying to decide whose ball. They're going to say it's Tonasket ball. Brewster going to pressure some more. Try and get another turnover. Off of somebody's foot. They're going to say that a kick by Caitlin, so it'll be Tonasket ball on the side. Reset of the shot clock. Williams to inbound. Williams inbounds to Davenport. Davenport brings it across the timeline for Tonasket. Oh, geez. Paige had it, tried to do a quick pass, didn't go anywhere. Doesn't hit the three. Caitlin with the rebound. That was Beltran. Caitlin brings it across, puts it up to Hialeah. Hialeah tries to put it into Leasy. Leasy ends up with it. Puts it all the way across to Berkeley. Berkeley dribbles, thinks about it, puts it into Paige. Paige puts a pass across, and out of bounds it goes. Should be bare ball, and it is. So bare ball with 4:48 remaining here in the first, tied at 4. Hialeah inputs it to Caitlin. Caitlin back to Hialeah. Hialeah for a 3. Oh, nails it. Senior gives them the lead. 7-4. Tonasket coming across the timeline quickly. Nice job. Doesn't drop. Berkeley with the rebound. Davenport went coast to coast with that one. Paige with it. Puts it over. Looks at Caitlin. Caitlin dribbles around. Tries to see if she can do something with it. Puts it out to Berkeley. Berkeley drives. Puts it out to Hialeah. Hialeah dribbles. Picks up her dribble. All right, Berkeley's going, okay, let me see if I can hit a 3. Not able to. Tapped out by Paige. Caitlin with it. Caitlin just goes through traffic. Up. Doesn't hit the lay-in. Paige backs it out. Doesn't hit the little jumper. Fade away. Tonasket rebounds. Williams with the ball. Brings it across the timeline. Williams over to Beltran. Back to, that is Norris. Doesn't drop, but Davenport with the rebound and the foul on Hialeah. Davenport will be going to the line to shoot 2. It's Turner. Davenport for the first one doesn't hit. Bobadilla coming in. Senior. Davenport getting ready to shoot the next one. Puts that one up, doesn't drop. They're going to say it was off Tonasket's hand out of bounds, so Brewster ball. 7-4, 3:38 remain here in the first. Caitlin with it. Caitlin comes down across the timeline. No pressure on from Tonasket. Puts it over to Hialeah. Hialeah back to Caitlin, into Paige. Paige tries to pass it in underneath, gets it in underneath. Leasy picks it up, puts it up and in, and gets fouled. So she will get 2 and go to the line, see if she can make a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Spangler. Shane Spangler's the head boys coach. Spangler's family friends. Played a lot of baseball and some basketball with him. Nice shot by Leasy. Puts us up 10-4. Bears continue to pressure with 3:25 left. They come over the top with nobody there, and Beltran gives it back. Gives it back to Beltran, back to Williams, over to Bobadilla. Bobadilla almost loses it when she passes to Norris. Beltran to Davenport. Davenport drives around, does a nice little move, but Paige blocks it. She's going to try it again. Just a shot that just doesn't drop. Paige gets it up to Leasy. Leasy up and in again. 12-4. All right, back to Williams. Williams up to Norris, but she happened to be right out of bounds, actually. She came out of bounds on that one. So timeout. Brewster calls the timeout with 2:45 remaining. Bears up 12-4 currently. Yeah, I was talking about the Spanglers. Played a lot of basketball, or a lot of baseball with both his boys, and a little bit of basketball. So great family. Appreciate them. You know, the community, you know, as I sit here in the gym, I look around and I recognize most folks on the Brewster side. Some of them were in my wife's classes at the Christian school, and then some of them played sports with my kids, and others are adults that I work with. A lot of them are adults I work with at work. It's neat to see the community here. A light crowd tonight. I think that they expect that it's lighter. It's lighter tonight than I was expecting. Girls game, like I said, you know, the expectation is for the Brewster ladies to win tonight. Boys, that's going to be a good game, and we'll talk about that later. But Tonasket's one of those teams that could definitely have the victory tonight, or the Bears might extend their winning streak to 2 in a row. Hialeah with it, down to Caitlin. Caitlin up to Paige. Paige dribbles around, little shot from the corner, doesn't drop, happened to back out rather than follow her shot. So rebound Tonasket. Davenport, or Williams with it, trying to get around Hialeah, and Hialeah just gets a hand on it, but it goes out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Tonasket. 2:22 remain here in the first, 12-4. Over to the top, out to Beltran. Beltran looking, puts it into Bobadilla, out to Norris. Norris puts up a little shot, rebound by Bobadilla, kicks it out to Williams. Williams' shot doesn't drop. Addie in the game, bringing it across the timeline for the Bears. Gets it out to Caitlin. Caitlin back to Addie, over to Berkeley. Berkeley down to Hialeah. Hialeah looking, kicks it back to Berkeley, over to Caitlin. Caitlin for a 3. Oh, almost. Paige ends up with it, gives it back to Caitlin. Caitlin forces it out to Hialeah, or puts it out to Hialeah. Doesn't drop. Williams comes away with the rebound. 1:38 remain here in the first. Williams brings it across the timeline for Tonasket, kicks it out to Beltran. Beltran driving around, trying to get free. Norris with it. Norris driving around, trying to get herself open, kicks it back to Beltran, back to Williams. Williams kicks it down to Norris. Norris seeing if she can put it into Bobadilla. Gets taken away by Berkeley Regals. Berkeley driving down, steps. Oh. I don't like that. To me, sometimes that's someone falling. She didn't really run into her. She pulled up and stopped. But, you know, it's the ref's call there, of course. So, player control foul. 1:09 remain here in the first. 12-4 Bears. Going to pass Norris back to Williams. Over to Davenport. Davenport driving through traffic, pulls it up, gives it to Bobadilla. Tries to put one in. Paige gets it away. Davenport riding her on the side. Paige, Tonasket ends up batting it away. So it will be Brewster ball underneath the hoop. So Lusk coming in for Norris. Paige to inbound. Paige kicks it in to Addie. Addie out to Hialeah. Hialeah over to Paige. Paige for a 3, not quite in line. Leasy with it, I'm not sure. Wow, okay. All right, well, calling 44, saying she got somebody's arm. 45.7 seconds remain here in the first, 12-4. Bears don't put pressure on. Davenport kicks it back to Williams. Williams brings it across the timeline. Kicks it over to Beltran. Beltran kicks it, loses it to Paige, or jump ball. It will remain Tonasket ball. So Williams to inbound. Kicks it into Beltran. Beltran bounce pass. Bobadilla with it. Kicks it back out. Doesn't hit. Rebound by Page. Oh, Weezy was open there for a minute. Addie with it. Kicks it over to Caitlin. Caitlin dribbles around. Kicks it out to Hialeah. Hialeah, same deal. Gives it over to Leezy. Leezy doesn't get the shot to drop, but she will be going to the line with 7.7 remaining in the first. So Williams with a foul. 2 fouls so far on Tonasket, 4 on Brewster. Leezy gets the first one to drop, 13-4. And the second one drops in for her as well. 14-4. Leezy almost gets that one away. Again, putting on the pressure. And time expires. 14-4, end of 1. Those games over in Davenport were intense. They were a couple of really good games. Both of them could have gone either way. The ladies ended up coming up just a little bit short. Davenport had a 6'3" player that she scored some points early and she scored some points at the end to make the difference. So Davenport came away with the victory there, handing Brewster only their second loss on the season. But a lot of little things. I mean, I think halftime score was 12-12. It was incredible how hard both teams played for the win. And again, could have gone either way. Whoever ended up with the ball last, and that was Davenport. And in the boys' side, good game all the way through. Near the end, the Bears kind of pulled away. Carden had some great play throughout the game, and towards the end, he scored some great buckets. And at the end, Jordy also hit some shots, which really helped the Bears come away with the victory there. So great job, boys. Hopefully they'll extend that streak to 2 tonight. I think any of the teams in the Brewster B-League boys can beat any other team on any given night. It's just this season we've got some teams that are well matched, and we'll just see how it goes. Okay, Page with the ball. Out to Berkeley, over to Caitlin. Caitlin for a 3, doesn't quite drop. Rebound comes out of there. Foot race, and Beltran scores it and draws the foul. So Caitlin will have a foul called on her, and that'll be her first team foul of the quarter. Beltran to the line. Beltran doesn't get it to drop. Hialeah comes away with it, gives it to Caitlin. Caitlin brings it across the timeline, kicks it over to Berkeley, into Leezy, back to Berkeley. Berkeley for the shot. Doesn't drop. Page kind of had it, and I'm not sure. Yeah, bounced off Tonasket, went out of bounds. So it'll be Brewster ball inbound. 7:22 left here in the first half, 14-6. Page out to Hialeah. Hialeah up to Leezy. Leezy over to Caitlin. Caitlin looking over to Page. Page tries to force it through traffic, doesn't get it to drop, ends up coming off of Hialeah's foot, unfortunately, and goes out of bounds. Bears not going to put on the pressure right now. 7:08 remain here in the first half. Davenport bringing the ball across the timeline for Tonasket. Driving down the side, setting up the offense. Hits Davenport, almost goes across the timeline again. Hialeah Davenport driving through everybody. Beltran for a little shot, and in it goes. 14-8, Tonasket making a comeback. Hialeah with it, crosses the timeline, kicks it down to, and they're going to say out of bounds, Tonasket ball. Bears have not scored their last number of possessions. All right, Williams inbounds, back to Williams. Williams going to bring it across the timeline. 6:31 left here in the first half. Bobadilla back to Williams. Williams for a deep three, doesn't hit anything, so it will be Bear ball headed the other direction. Caitlin to inbound, puts it into Hialeah. Hialeah brings it across the timeline for the Bears. Kicks it back to Caitlin, but gets it picked off. They saw that one coming. Davenport's going, yep. Doesn't drop for her. Gets the rebound, drives through traffic, forces it into Bobadilla, but ends up being out of bounds. That was great play by Davenport, seeing that pass. And that, the Lady Bears need to work on their passing and making sure they make good passes and they see when they're going to get picked off and not to make those. Caitlin with it, brings it across the timeline. Dribbles through traffic, kicks it out to Hialeah. Hialeah dribbles through, kicks it out to Berkeley. Berkeley puts it into Page. Page looks, kicks it out to Berkeley. Berkeley to Caitlin. Caitlin into Leasy. Leasy tries to dribble it, but gets fouled. So that'll be the first foul on Tonasket. So Brewster will have the ball on underneath the basket. All right, Hialeah to inbound. Inbounds to Page. Page doesn't drop. Williams with the rebound. Up to Beltran. Beltran across the timeline, dribbling through traffic, puts up a shot, doesn't drop, goes out, gets her own rebound. Hialeah gets on her. Caitlin on the floor. Williams with it, tries to force it into Bobadilla. Bears looked like they were afraid of the basketball there for a second. All right, Berkeley with it. Berkeley puts a pass all the way up to Hialeah. Drives around, kicks it over to Page in the corner. Page says, I'll try another three. Doesn't drop. Williams with the rebound. Tonasket doing well on rebounding. Bears put on some pressure, put it up to Beltram. Beltram looking, puts it down to Bobadilla. Bobadilla gets around Leasy, doesn't drop. Page with the rebound. Page all the way up to Berkeley. Berkeley with a little move and up and in it goes. 16-8. I think that's the first Bears score with 4:36 left here in the second. Bears had a long dry spell there. Bobadilla with it. Puts it out of bounds, and it'll be Bear ball. Addie and Millie coming in. Page getting a little break. Addie with it. Addie brings it across the timeline up to Berkeley. Berkeley over to Hialeah, over to Addie. Addie says, let me try a three. Ooh, almost drops. Millie with it. Little things. Millie is a sophomore, and in that situation, you have the height advantage. You got the ball. Do not try and dribble it. I know they talk power dribble, but that cost her a basket. Just get it and put it back up. Caitlin with it. Millie with a three and gets it. 19-8. Went over let's see, who's that? Goodrich stepped over the line, so it will be Bear ball underneath. 4:04 remain in the first half. Inbound play. Up to Addie. Addie dribbles it, gives it to Berkeley. Berkeley gives it to Millie. Millie's going to jump ball, and it will be Tonasket ball. 3:56 remain. Goodrich to inbound again. Inbounds it to Beltram. Beltram brings it across the timeline. And kicks it. What's going on? Oh, I'm not 100% certain here. I think they had something screwed up. So hopefully they are going to figure it out. Get the clock stopped and get it back to the correct time. All right, so they had I don't know if they had the arrow wrong or the ref called it wrong. So Inbounds to Addy. Ends up Tonasket ball. Addy takes it away. Puts it all the way out. Berkeley with it. Berkeley kicks it out to Hialeah. Caitlin, they're going to say she stepped, so they're going to give it to Tonasket. 3:29. Page going in. Berkeley getting a rest. All right, inbound to Beltran. Beltran driving through traffic. Kicks it out to Norris. Norris doesn't hit that one, and they're going to say 22, so Goodrich. So Hialeah getting a rest. And I think that's Turner went back in for Tonasket. All right, Caitlin with it, bringing it across the timeline. Kicks it across to Addy. Addy to Millie. Millie backs up, fires a little shot, doesn't drop. Tonasket with the rebound. Bears trying to get the ball. Davenport just screaming across the timeline. Kicks it, almost picked off. Norris back to Beltram. Beltram over to, who we got? Oh, that's Davenport. Gets, Addy got her, but let's say she gets to go to the line and shoot 2. All right, so Davenport, I think she made her last 2. Gets that one. And second one doesn't drop. Millie with it, gives it to Paige. Paige driving. Kicks it down to Leezy. Leezy puts it up and in, 21-9. Davenport with it, 2:39 remain in the first half. Davenport comes across the timeline. Kicks it out to the edge. Turner with it. That is Tabor. Tabor's shot does not drop. Millie with it, gives it to Leezy. Leezy throw up to Addy and up and in. 23-9, 2:18 remain. Beltran puts it down to Tabor. And Caitlin takes it away, dribbles up court, and doesn't get it to drop, but they're going to call a block, so she'll be going to the line. Yeah, there's no way you were going to get in front of her and get a player control foul. Beltran. Foul, that'll be the third on Tonasket. 2:04 remains, so probably not going to be any foul trouble. Caitlin gets the first one to drop, 24-9. Shoots the second one, and that one goes nothing but net. 25-9. Timeout, Tonasket. Yeah, if you saw the post on Brewster Sports, that's really cool. Actually, I really appreciated the coaching staff, the track coaching staff, and especially our javelin coach for Grant. He really helped Grant a lot the year that Grant did track. Grant took second in state after having never picked up a javelin before. So that was pretty amazing, and really appreciated him. He worked with some coaches to give Grant an opportunity if he'd wanted to go and compete at the collegiate level. Grant is wanting to be an electrician, so he passed up that opportunity, but it was really nice to have that as an option or another option. And Pepper obviously has taken state 2 years in a row, and is just an amazing athlete in general. But for her javelin, they are traveling down to LSU. That's amazing. So they'll be at LSU for an event there to give her some pointers on how to improve. And I'm going to have to read it again. I'm almost wondering if she might have a shot at going to to trying out or working with the Olympic team. So that's pretty cool. Neat. So that's why Pepper isn't here tonight. Her sister has said that she's got it covered. While Big Sis is away, she's going to take care of business tonight and on Thursday. All right, so back underway. Tonasket with the ball. Davenport with it. Brewster all over. Davenport picks it up, screams across, tries to go around everybody. A little hot to handle, ends up going out of bounds. So it'll be bare ball. Davenport just goes 100 miles an hour. That's pretty cool. Reminds me of Hialeah is what it reminds me of. All right, Paige with the ball. Paige comes across the timeline. Picks her up a dribble, gives it to Caitlin. Caitlin puts it into Millie. Millie gives it out to Addie. Addie drives through, gives it to Paige. Oh, Paige bounces it off their feet. Over to Leezy. Leezy back to Caitlin. Caitlin gives it to Paige. Paige with a little shot. And we are now to 27-9 with 1:22 remaining in the first half. Paige with it. Tonasket bringing it across the timeline. Beltran, no, that's Tabor. Tabor gets it taken away by Addie. Addie drives through, gets it blocked by Davenport. Caitlin steals it. Shot up, doesn't drop. Millie with it. No, that's Leezy, sorry. Leezy with it, over to Millie. Millie with a three. Oh, almost. Doesn't quite drop for her. Davenport with it. 57 seconds remain here in the first half. Still some pressure. Addie all over Davenport. Paige helping take it away. Paige with it. Addie did a great job, and that was Addie's hustle and team play there to get it up to Paige for the basket. And Leezy takes it away. So Leezy bringing it across the timeline. Kicks it out to Caitlin, saying that Leezy traveled. So it will be Tonasket ball with 33.9 seconds remaining here in the first half. Some players coming off and some players going on. We've got Lusk, Bobadilla, and Williams, Davenport. And that is one nice job by Leezy and gives it back to Caitlin. Caitlin brings it across, hits Paige. Paige goes, I'm going to try a three here. Doesn't quite hit, and we have Beltran with the ball, trying to drive through traffic, gets it around, ends up off of Paige's foot, so it will remain Tonasket ball under the hoop. So Williams with 13.3. Gives it out to Bobadilla, out to Beltran. Beltran back to Williams for the three. Doesn't hit. Addie with it. 5.6 seconds remain. Paige with it. Paige takes a shot and doesn't quite hit. Whew. At halftime, 29-9. 29-9 here at half as the Bears have kind of done what people kind of expected and controlled the game so far. So we'll see how the second half comes out and how the teams both respond to, I'm sure, what the coaches are going to talk with them about as far as taking care of the ball and not having the turnovers and just little things. So it'll be good. But anyway, we appreciate you being here and watching with us, and again, appreciate everything that you all do. So it's awesome. Looking forward to the remaining games we have. We'll have OMAC on Thursday, senior night, where we'll be honoring all the seniors. And, it takes a lot to get to this level. I mean, the girls are going to make a run at state, and the amount of time and practices that parents and family, friends, and relatives have driven the student athletes to practices when they're in third grade on AAU games, tournaments. I saw where Hoopin' in the New Year, we had some champions, and I remember Brian Sonneman taking the boys with Isaac and Joe and Jeff and the squad, Felix and the team, and they just did amazing up there and won it a couple years. So it's exciting to see that continued tradition, and that's what it takes. So excited to see that. And but senior night is kind of the culmination of all that. This is the recognition for all the effort and time that parents and student athletes have put in and what all they've done. So I love it, and it'll be great to congratulate them and to give them that opportunity. So, Daniel Gebers going out on the floor to see if he can hit a half-court shot here. Let's see how Daniel does. Shot is up. Oh, not quite. Close. All right, let's see if he gets this one. I like the drum roll. That really helps. Oh, man. Tell you what. All right. Got to know this young man in track. Another amazing student athlete. Oh! That's awesome. He made it. You made it. I love it. I love it. He has had injuries, and he is still an amazing student athlete with a lot of potential for.
Thank you everyone for participating. Congratulations to
Uriah. So Uriah is going to get a nice gift for this. Uriah got injured. Amazing track athlete. Him and Pepper both represented Brewster at the Nike outdoor event this last spring, which is, such an honor, and there's, so few that get that opportunity. So, kudos to him. Awesome to see what he's going to do next. I expect him to go to college on a track scholarship. It's kind of what I'm thinking, and hopefully that's what happens for him. Bears boys team headed into the locker area to get themselves ready to go and hopefully extend their winning streak to 2. We had a nice game against Davenport, and it was closer than the final score. Final score looked like Brewster, had I think it was a 15-point victory, but it was a much closer game than that final score really showed. But the Bears did pull away at the end, and I think it was the fourth quarter that made the difference. But anyway, it's exciting to see the boys. And, like we've talked about, the reality of it is just how our league is well matched this year. And we've got some good teams. Davenport is a good team. And our Bears boys being able to beat them speaks to how good our league is this year. It's there's the only team that kind of stands out, which I got to find out. Someone must have got injured. Liberty Bell has been on fire all season, but they lost their last couple against some teams I would have expected them to beat. So I'm curious if there was injury or what's going on there. I think they've got some injuries or something that influenced the last couple games, but they've been doing really well. Okanagan's doing really well. They've got some talent and they got some height, and they're taking advantage of both. So Okanagan and Liberty Bell have been 2 of the top teams, but the rest of the teams, the rest of the boys' teams, are all right there. I mean, I think any of them can beat any of them. Well, I think they could beat the top 2 teams on a given night, but you've got Tonasket, Brewster, Bridgeport, just are doing stellar this year. So, any of them can do really well. And I'm excited to see what happens next for everybody. So, anyway, Lake Roosevelt. So Lake Roosevelt, and all of them. So it's really good. Hold on one second, folks. You know, I didn't realize that I had the other mic on. Oh my gosh. I am sorry. You probably were getting some feedback there. I apologize, folks. Shane Spangler, who we were talking about earlier, came over and said hi. And okay. And we had a nice little conversation and just talked about, his parents have watched us in the past, and he was curious how long the games were going to be up. And I was telling him on YouTube they don't delete them on us. So YouTube, it'll be there for as long as they allow it. And Facebook now has a policy. I think it's 30 days or so. They start deleting the videos. So was sharing with him. So his parents are going to watch the game tomorrow on one of our links. But again, great family. Really appreciate him. Tried to get him on the air, and he goes, I would say something silly. So he goes, I'm going to wait till postseason. So we'll try and get him then. But anyway, it's great to have folks like that and have those relationships. But that's the other thing. In the Valley, we've got some stellar athletes, and it's neat to see a lot of them go on. Spokane Falls baseball team has a they're doing really well, and it's exciting to see. How our boys compete and match up. But again, they were competitors for years, and now they're teammates. And they also actually, I should say, they were teammates in the summer. A lot of those boys were on summer baseball teams with Grant, and it's exciting to see them, go on and extend their love of the sport to the college level. I love to see that. And unfortunately, I never got to experience that myself. Doesn't that suck? Poor me. Actually, my wife kicked me out of the house and told me to go broadcast the Davenport games. She goes, you need to go. She goes, you enjoy doing this. You enjoy supporting the student athletes and the families and letting everybody watch what wonderful kids we got, including the Davenport kids and the Tonasket kids and all the kids. I mean, they're all amazing. And she said, instead of staying here and being depressed, I am, she's not wrong. I really miss having the kids home. Not having Grant and Isaac at home when I get off work and to harass and talk sports, and it's tougher than I thought it was going to be. I had someone say, in about a year you'll kind of adjust, and then I had someone tell me, nah, you never really do. And I'm kind of probably one of those like going, I don't think I ever will. I really miss having the kids at home, and I probably do get a little depressed. So it was good to get out. It was good to go and broadcast those great games and support the student athletes. So anyway, and I appreciate you all. I appreciate, like I said, on the broadcast of Davenport, Shelly Beckett asked if I was going, and I said, yeah. And she, it wasn't, thanks or this or that. She drives safe, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. And yes, I've got to get something going for a GoFundMe or some way to raise some funds, because they are going to charge us for league and probably districts. So anyway, folks, we are ready to start. Oh my goodness. They have to put this in there where I can change the quarter without having to go through hoops to get there. All right, so we're in the third, and it will be Tonasket ball to start. So Tonasket inbounds, and they're trying to feed it in underneath. They had a play set up, and it didn't quite work out for them. So it'll be Bear ball with 7:53 left here in the third quarter. Berkeley inbounds to Hialeah. Hialeah brings it across the timeline, kicks it out to Caitlin. Caitlin comes around, gives it over to Paige. Paige to Berkeley. Berkeley for a three. Hits off the rim and doesn't go. Tonasket with the rebound. Williams with it. Williams driving through traffic. Gets it tipped away by Leasy. Leasy takes it down, lays it up, doesn't drop for her. Paige there for the cleanup and the putback. 31-9. Beltran gets it stolen away by Leasy again. Leasy up. Oh, gosh darn it. I'm sorry. I was watching the play live. I need to put my face. I got to glue my face to the iPad so I can't look around it. I was looking around it. Leasy did a great job stealing the ball. Takes it down. Doesn't get the layup, but she does draw the foul. So she'll be at the line to shoot two. So Beltran gets her second foul of the night. First one on the team here in the third. Leasy gets the first one. Extends the lead 32-9. So Leasy going to put up the next one. Leasy puts up, didn't quite hit anything, so it will be Tonasket ball. And we have Beltran going to inbound. Bears continuing to pressure, puts it out to Williams, back to Beltran. Beltran streaks across, doesn't see the open player, gets it tipped from behind by Page, goes through the legs of Lusk, and it will be, what are they going to say here? You said the, okay, so they're going to, it's Tonasket ball. So Williams inbounds to Lusk. Lusk to Davenport. Davenport just kind of goes around everybody. Page reaches in, tags the ball out of bounds. So they'll have another opportunity. Man, Davenport just goes 100 miles an hour, like we said earlier. All right, so inbounds to Bobadilla. Leasy smacks her, so now Bobadilla will be going to the line to shoot 2. Bobadilla, first one up and in. Good job. 32-10. Second one doesn't drop, gets tipped away. Caitlin with it. Caitlin passes up. For a second, Leasy was wide open underneath, but they didn't quite hit her. Page with it, Leasy with it. Leasy drives around everybody, gives it out to Caitlin. Caitlin feeds it into Berkeley. Berkeley with a shot, doesn't drop. Page with the rebound and the putback. 34-10. Puts it in, runs into Hialeah. Davenport, Hialeah's going to get called for that one. So Williams had it and was trying to get it off, and Hialeah picks up a foul. It'll be her second, and second team foul on Brewster. 6:38 remain here in the third. Leasy picks it off. Oh, not sure. Sorry, again. Leasy did a great job picking it off, and then rather than taking it in, she was going to pass, and she ended up bouncing it off somebody. I thought she bounced it off a Tonasket player, but yeah, it's white ball. There we go. I'm like going, huh? I saw it go off a Tonasket player, and I even saw it. I'm half blind. All right, so bare ball underneath. Page to inbound. Running their play here into Hialeah, up to Caitlin. Caitlin kicks it over to Page. Page for a 3, hits it. 37-10. 6:24. Williams with it. Williams passes up to Bobadilla, back to Lusk, over to Williams. Beltram into Bobadilla. Bobadilla gets tapped, but gets it taken away. And he's going to give it to Tonasket because it went off her foot. But there was a little scuffle for the ball underneath. And Tonasket ball. All right. Trying to inbound to Bobadilla, and they're going to call Leasy for hitting her. She wasn't positioned well. So this will be the third Brewster foul, and I think this will be third on, yeah, it's third on Leasy. So Addie's going to go in for her. So Addie in. Over to Davenport. Davenport working everything she can to get that thing. Bobadilla ends up with it. Lusk with it. Beltran fires, doesn't get it. Bobadilla gets the rebound, gets it tagged. Page comes away with it. Page dribbling up, goes coast to coast. Doesn't drop for her. Davenport with it. Davenport looking to see what she can do. Getting some pressure. Puts it up to Beltran. Beltran puts it across. Up to Bobadilla, hits off of her head, and I'm not sure they're going to say it's a bare ball. So 37-10, 5:39 remain. So Norris coming in for Williams. Caitlin with it. Caitlin comes across the timeline. Dribbles off, kicks it out to Hialeah. Hialeah puts it in. Oh, that, yeah, no, that was. Puts it to Addie. Gets it tagged out of bounds, though, so it'll be bare ball underneath with an inbound play. Addie sets the screen, comes across, hits it to Hialeah, up to Caitlin. Caitlin dribbles across, gives it to Page. Page from the other side hits another 3. 40-10. Beltran to inbound. Looking at, okay, Coach Tonasket coach calls a timeout. All right, 5:14 remain here in the third. Tonasket. Inbound. Again, Bears putting pressure on. Hits Norris. Norris over to Davenport. Davenport's going to go 110 miles an hour. Puts it up, gets it taken away. Berkeley with it. Berkeley up to Caitlin. Caitlin looks and decides to let the team set up. Kicks it out to Paige. Sorry, we didn't get all the way out there. Norris with the rebound. And Beltran with it. Addie on her. Gets it tapped. Gives it. And what? Okay. All right. Well, Beltran to inbound. Puts it into Davenport. Davenport with it. Dribbling around, trying to get around Caitlin. Puts it into Norris. Norris, no, that's not Norris. Who is that? Jones. So Jones in the game. Sorry about that. All right, so Caitlin with it. 4:32 remain here in the third. Passes it down, puts it into Paige. Paige kicks it back to Addie. Addie drives around, puts up a little floater, doesn't drop. Man, she hustles in there to get that thing. Ilea with it, out to Caitlin. Caitlin over to Paige. Paige says, logo 3. Oh, doesn't quite drop. Berkeley taps it out, hoping one of her teammates will get it, but nobody's able to grab it. So Tonasket will inbound. Davenport has it, puts it into Beltran. Beltran back to Davenport. Davenport looking to see what she can do, and they're going to call Addie for it. That'll be her second. Fourth on Brewster with 4 minutes left. They get any more foul trouble, and Tonasket will be going to the line. Alea facing the ball, or she would have had that one. All right, Davenport with it. Brings it across. Kicks it into Jones. Jones dribbling around, gets it taken away by Addie. Addie gets tapped away, but it will be bare ball on the side. And coach is getting three players coming in. So Cece, Jaylene, or Ceci, sorry. Ceci, Jaylene, and Camilla? Camilla. Yep. Camilla, oops. Ceci puts one up and sinks it. Oh, that was Jaylene. I'm sorry. Jaylene with that one. Beltran doesn't get it. Davenport with it. Caitlin with it. Caitlin brings it down across the timeline. Bears come down and set up. 3:18 left here in the third. Kicks it out to Ceci, over to Addie. Addie gets it picked off by Davenport. Davenport hustles all the way down, tries everything she can, spins, moves, puts it up, gets a foul. Going to the line. She's pretty good at the free throw line too. Davenport is a sophomore. Addie gets another foul. That'll be her third. Davenport at the line. First one doesn't drop for her. She's been really good on the night. Okay. Second one doesn't drop for her. Ceci gets it, drives through, kicks it up. Jaylene with it. Jaylene brings it across. Puts it back to Ceci. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin driving through. Puts one up It doesn't drop for her. Tonasket gets it. Jones with it. Bears on her. No, man, I am. Okay, that was, I'm so sorry. That's Norris. Those two look enough alike. I got to get it figured out. I'm sorry, folks. That was Norris who was trying to drive through traffic. Tonasket calls a timeout, gives his team a chance to regroup. Bears putting on a lot of pressure here tonight. So, 2:39 left here in the third. All right, so somebody held somebody. So that's going to be on Caitlin. So to the line will go who? Beltran? Yeah. Beltran. What? Is it 5? It's 5. All right, so she gets 2 shots. 2:36 remain. Beltran at the line. First one up and good. 42-11. Beltran is a freshman. Good job. Second one doesn't drop. Gets tipped out. And Jaylene fights for it. I'm going to say jump ball, and it will be Brewster ball. Addie inbounds to Caitlin. Caitlin brings it down across the timeline. Kicks it over to Ceci. Back to Ceci. Back to Caitlin. Caitlin in to Camilla. Camilla ends up turning it over to Davenport. Davenport, 100 miles an hour up the side. Drives around everybody. Tries to get herself out there. Shoves Caitlin away. And makes the pass in. And Norris gets the hoop. Caitlin brings it across. Kicks it out to Addie, back to Caitlin, over to Ceci, into Camilla, back to Ceci, over to Caitlin. Caitlin almost gets that, saw that one. She going, Davenport ain't getting this one. Forces it down to Jaylene. Oh, doesn't get it to drop. Jones with the rebound, puts it out to Norris. Norris trying to get around Addie. Gets around Addie, but gets tied up with Caitlin. Jump ball, and this time it'll go to Tonasket. 1:28 remain here in the third, 42-13. Davenport to inbound. Davenport puts it into Beltran. And somehow it goes off one of the Brewster's hands. So, Millie coming in. Caitlin stepping off. Caitlin did a great job so far. 1:21 remain here in the third. Inbounds to Goodrich. Goodrich, Davenport. Davenport trying to go around everybody. Gives it to, Jones with it. Doesn't drop. And Ceci with the rebound. Over to Jaylene. Jaylene puts it into Camilla. Camilla puts it down to Millie. Millie out to Ceci. Ceci with a shot. Doesn't drop. Rebound Tonasket. Kicks it over to Beltran. Beltran to Davenport with Jaylene on her. Gets around. gives it to Norris, over to Beltram. Beltram driving, puts up a little shot, doesn't drop. Camilla with the rebound. Camilla coming up for the Bears. Puts it over to Ceci, over to Addie. Back to Ceci, over to Camilla. Camilla dribbles around, passes it into Davenport's hands. Davenport driving through, puts one up, doesn't drop. Addie had it, Millie with it, Ceci with it, and in it goes. Great job. Was that Camilla? I thought it was. Maybe it was Camilla. I'm not sure. I apologize. I'm trying to watch the screen. Oh. All right, so we are to the fourth. 44-13, 8 minutes left. And get this done. All right, both coaches talking with their teams about what they want to see in the last 8 minutes here. All right, throwing the starters back out there. So Bears starters on the floor, 44-13. 8 minutes remain. And it will be Bear ball. So Hialeah to inbound. Caitlin puts it into Caitlin. Caitlin dribbles down, feeds it to Berkeley. Berkeley back to Hialeah. Hialeah over to Caitlin. Caitlin telling him to set. Kicks it down to Hialeah. Hialeah up to Berkeley. Berkeley to Page. Page floats one, doesn't drop. Oh, hopefully Leezy's, oh, she is. Leezy's okay. Ah! Last thing we want is anybody getting hurt as we head towards postseason. All right, Tabor kicks it back to Williams. Williams drives down, gives it, nice job. Oh! Page comes out of there with it, but that was a nice play by Tonasket. Just didn't quite drop for him. Page pulls up, tries to sink one. Hialeah comes away with it, gives it to Berkeley. Berkeley gets it tapped away and stolen. Tabor with it. Tabor comes across, and they're going to say they got her on the arm. Who are they going to call it on? Who are they going to call it on? Oh, Leezy's going to get the foul. That'll be her fourth. So she got 4 on her now. Of course, I was also told by somebody, you got 5, there's a reason. Use them. All right. Williams gets it taken away by Leezy. Caitlin drives through everybody, floats one up and in. 46-13. Williams comes flying up, shoots, gets it tapped by Hialeah. Page bringing it up, kicks it across to Hialeah. Hialeah just didn't get her shot off in time, unfortunately. Gets tapped by Tonasket, and Tonasket comes away with it. Williams with it. Kicks it up to Tabor. Tabor looking to see if she can get it over to Williams. Gets it to Williams, goes out of bounds. So it'll be Tonasket ball, 46-13, 6:19 left in the game. Goodrich coming in, Williams coming out. So Goodrich gives it to Tabor. Seeing if she can get around. Gets it taken away. Page with it from a pass from Caitlin. Little shot does not drop. Rebounded by Lusk. And jump ball, and it will be Tonasket ball on rotation. Goodrich to inbound. Goodrich inbounds to Tabor. Back to Goodrich. Goodrich brings it down across the timeline. Hialeah defending against her. Caitlin. Tabor with it. I'm going to say Berkeley pushed, so Tabor will have an inbound play. So that'll be the second foul on third on Berkeley, second team foul, 5:47 remaining in the game. Tabor to inbound, inbounds it to Turner. Turner almost gets that one picked off. Page comes over to help and gets it, takes it away, gives it to Caitlin, ends up with it. Doesn't drop. Bears come out of there with it. Berkeley with it. Berkeley with a shot. Doesn't hit anything. Hialeah gets the rebound, gives it to Leasy. Leasy says, I'll try a three. Doesn't hit. Follows her shot, though. And is she going to go to the line? She's going to the line. So Leasy Ramirez to shoot a couple. So Lusk draws the foul. 46-13, 5:16 left. Leasy doesn't get the first one to go. Davenport coming in for Bobadilla. Turner says, I'll step down here. So Leasy getting ready to shoot her second one. Gets that one. 47-13. Davenport brings it across the timeline. Drives through, kicks it out to Turner. Gets it taken away. And she wants the ball back. That was Goodrich. So timeout White. Yeah, looking forward to Thursday to be here for senior night, honor all the seniors and their parents and supporters. Good night. All right, so Bear ball, 4:59 remain in the game. Caitlin will inbound to Page. Back to Caitlin. Caitlin over to Page, over to Berkeley. Berkeley drives and gets it knocked away. So Page with it. Page over to Berkeley. Caitlin. Caitlin drives, gives it, tries to put it in to Leasy. Leasy, scuffle. Leasy goes, nope, mine this time. Page, doesn't hit. Caitlin with it. Caitlin out to Hialeah. Hialeah with a three. Doesn't drop. Leasy out, puts it out, and they're gonna say she traveled, I guess. So, she slid. Oh, so that's her fifth. All right, so squad comes out. 4:19 remain. Coach has subbed the entire squad out. 47-13. 4:19 remain. Davenport with it. Addie on her. Drives around through traffic, backs up, puts one up, doesn't drop. Jaylene with it, out to Addie. Addie bringing it across the timeline. Gives it to Ceci. Ceci drives, gives it to Millie. Oh, good play, but doesn't drop. Tries to tap it out, ends up going into Tonasket's hands. Davenport with it. Davenport. Oh. And Goodrich with her second. Jones comes in for. All right, Addie with it. Out to Jaylene. Oh, ho, ho. So Jaylene hits a three. Davenport with it. Moves it across, passes underneath, gets picked up by Ceci. Ceci bringing it down, gives it to Jaylene, out to Millie. Millie for a three, doesn't drop. Camilla is in there for the rebound. They're going to say it came off Camilla. So Tabor to inbound, inbounds to Davenport. Davenport brings it down across the timeline. Kicks it underneath, gets it picked off by Jaylene. Jaylene goes, gets, so she'll be going to the line to shoot two. Jaylene will have an opportunity to score a couple here. 2:52 remain. First one's good. Second one drops in for 52-13. Lusk inbounds to Davenport. Davenport brings it across the timeline. Addie all over her. Passes it into Turner. Turner back to Davenport. Gets it taken away by Addie. Addie bringing it up. Goes through traffic. Puts one up. Says she walked. Coach telling her to put up the little shot a little quicker. So Beltran back in. Davenport comes out. Beltran brings it across the timeline. Kicks it over, tries to feed it. Camilla over to Addie. Lusk on her. Addie gives it to Jaylene. Ceci with it. Okay, we're to a running clock. 54-13 with 2 minutes remaining. Beltran gets it tipped away by Jaylene. Over to Turner with Millie on her. Back to Beltran. Beltran for a three. Doesn't drop. Camilla comes out of there with it. Brings it across the timeline. Passes it over to Addie. Addie was not prepared for that. So Tonasket ball with 1:31 remaining. Tabor to inbound. Tabor gives it to Beltran. Beltran with Addie on her. It's tapped away, picks up a dribble. Addie takes it away, brings it down, and gets fouled. Addie will be going to the line to shoot two. Addie, first one, good. First one, their second one doesn't drop for her. Turner with the rebound. Gets it out to Jones. Jones almost gets it taken away. Beltran with it to inbound. Oh, actually, Turner says I inbound. So I'm going to give it to Beltran. Beltran gets around Addie. Addie chasing her down, trying to get that ball. Ends up going out of bounds, and it will be bare ball with 34 seconds remaining. Addie with it. Addie, Lusk on her. Out to, okay, Jaylene with it. Camilla had it. Addie with it. Addie gets it tagged away. Camilla with it. Oh, doesn't drop. Rebound. Oh, almost taken away by Jaylene. All right, Beltran comes down. 10 seconds remain. Gets it taken away by Ceci. Doesn't quite drop. Jaylene trying to get it, then trying to get it. And that is it, 55-13. Great job, Bears. Another victory under their belt. They did really well. Tonasket never gave up. Appreciate that. No, it's a challenge sometimes to be on that other end. We're experiencing that, of course. Ladies head into the locker room. And we will get ourselves reset for the boys' game coming up next. All right, Tonasket boys coming out. They're a good squad, like I said. They're going to be a handful, I'm sure. So, our boys coming out. See what they have to say here. All right. Yeah, I see that. You just tend to have that. All right, can you hear me okay? Not yet. We're going to get you here in a sec. All right, we have a guest here. He's famous. How are you doing, Uriah?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. Nice half-court shot, dude.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Now, have you played basketball?
No, not really.
That's what I thought. I thought it was kind of football and track.
Yeah.
And you're walking around with a boot. Would you knock that off?
Yeah, I'll knock it off in a couple weeks.
So what do you got going this? So how did you get injured?
Sophomore year in football.
Okay.
It's kind of the same stuff, just that dislocated tendon. But then I had a lot of scar tissue buildup.
Okay.
So they went in and cleared out a lot of scar tissue at the end of December.
Oh, okay. So you just got it taken care of. And you went to Nike Outdoor last June? Or when?
Yeah, correct.
In
last
that
year.
And how did that go for you?
It went pretty good, I'd say. Definitely not quite as what I wanted.
Right.
Or what I expected, I'd say.
Right.
But came away with some All-American honors, so proud of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're junior this year?
Junior.
Junior. So you got a little more time here. What colleges are you looking at?
Not too terribly many right now. Just kind of talking to a couple schools.
Okay. And if you could go to any, what would it be?
Probably South Carolina.
Okay, would be where you'd go for track?
Yeah.
Okay. And if that doesn't work out, you're still going to go do it at a college level, I'm assuming.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, all right. And this track season, what events are you going to be running this year?
Definitely 100, 200.
Okay.
And then 400, and then either a relay or long jump.
Okay, so you're going to try the long jump.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you did that last year?
No, I only did the 100 and 200 last year.
Okay, so this year you're going to stretch it a little bit, see if you get it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ankle's doing better, so
that's
we
good.
can do more.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Well, have you toured any colleges in Washington?
I went to Whitworth.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
I mean, it was all right. Definitely would like a better experience, though.
Okay, something a little higher level.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair. I know we have a couple of young ladies there that are doing track, so that's cool, and I appreciate that. You got Cord over at Eastern, so you got some folks there too. Well, hopefully it goes really well. Anything else exciting going on?
Just rehabbing my ankle.
Just rehabbing your ankle?
Getting ready to run.
All right, well, that sounds more than fair. And your junior year going well?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Having a good time in school.
Good.
So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So, well, I saw you make the free throw, so now you've got all these gift cards to go play with. So
yeah.
I thought, you know what, I should have him come up here and chat with a little bit. So I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
All right, have a good year, and we'll be watching you in track, and we'll try and keep people updated. Hopefully you get to go to Nike again this year and get some more opportunities.
Perfect, thank
you. That's
you.
great. All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, Uriah Marisel. He is a great track athlete. And he's got some big goals, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes for him this season. When Grant did track his junior year, it was a lot of fun. And Uriah and him were on him, and let's see, who else was on that relay team? They had a really good relay team. They placed in state, helped the boys bring home the first team trophy of Brewster's track ever. So that was awesome to see the boys be able to do that. And that relay team was part of it. And then Grant did well, Court did well, Uriah did well. There was a lot of kids that helped that, but they ended up bringing home a team trophy, which was really cool. We enjoyed that. And it was a lot of fun to get to know them and learn more about track. Let me tell you, these individual sports kill me, because you're trying to cover everything, and you just can't. You just cannot. And track was a big challenge when I was trying to do it. We didn't really do any live streams because it's almost impossible to live stream track unless you have a whole lot of people with a whole lot of cameras and a whole lot of things going on. So I was busy snapping pictures and, so-and-so's doing this, and you take a picture of them, so, and at the same time you're spinning around, taking pictures all the way around. And it was a lot of fun. It was neat to encourage and celebrate some accomplishments for a lot of those student athletes. And like I said, that year Pepper took first in javelin, her first time doing it. Grant took second. It was pretty cool, and really appreciated the coaching staff and the support from their javelin coach. So anyway, we got to know Uriah and congratulate him a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. And it is neat. We talk about all the kids from the communities and a lot of them going on to college and participating in sports they love. So that's awesome. Really appreciate that and appreciate all of them. And, the Brewster basketball team, they continue to improve. And it was neat to see him be able to beat Davenport, a quality team. And tonight, I think either team tonight can walk away with a victory. And some of this is going to make up some decisions of who's going to end up third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And really the first game of league playoffs is the critical one. If you win the first league game, you will go to districts, and you'll have an opportunity to make your way to state. You lose the first game and you're done. Well, I should say if you're the top 1 or 2 seed, you get a bye and you're automatically going to districts. But everybody else, 3 through 6, well, third place, sixth, loser out, fourth place, fifth, loser out. So that first game is going to be critical. And this game's going to kind of decide who's going to set where. So we'll see how it goes. Again, I firmly believe, you watch the Bears, the boys, and there is a lot of talent on this team. Some of it is just, how do you get them to play how they're capable of the entire game? As a coach, how do you do that? I don't have an answer. All I know is all the boys out here on this floor have a great deal of talent. And if they play to their potential and they were able to string that together for an entire game, oh, good night. They could play with anybody. I watched Preston, who just, did that lay in there. Preston did absolutely amazing in the start of the Davenport game. I was like going, wow. If he could play an entire game at that level, good night. Same with Carden. I mean, he's really getting back into it and doing exceptionally well. A lot of fun to watch. Made a big difference there. Jacob Pachowski, same deal. He can rebound and make shots and just do amazing. And if any of them could string that together for the entire game, good night. And I've said this. I've said that you watch them during warm-ups, some of the shots they are making, just sinking everything. And if they would do that in the game, just amazing. And again, we see flashes of it. We see Isaac playing some great basketball for him and doing amazing. We see Jordy, and he made some shots there at the end of the Davenport game that really helped the Bears pull away. And you just see them and Lando and Sam. Oh my gosh, they're all doing exceptionally well. And you can't discount the minutes that you see from Bronson, and he can make some shots and do some great things, rebounding, etc. You have the same thing with Max Pachowski as well. It's cool to see what he's able to pull off. The entire team is really talented. I keep saying that, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Anthony Sanchez, the one component that they're kind of missing is Israel Hurtado. He got injured early on in the season. I think he would help with under the basket, and Chris Talavera does a great job too. But Israel, did some good things at the beginning of the season, got hurt, and has been out, and it's unfortunate. I wish he was still able to participate and get this year of experience, because they've got Jacob is the only senior on the squad at this point. So Jacob Pachowski will be the only one not on this floor next year, as long as and if they will play summer ball together and spend some time, it seems like sometimes they don't click because I don't know how much they played together. And I think they get some of that. They get some of that rhythm. They get some of that going, and they're going to just absolutely amaze people. And like I said, you see flashes of it, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So anyway, but we are now at the point where we're down to the final couple of league matchups tonight, and then when we play Okanagan up there in our final regular season game, we'll decide where your league standing is and when you play in the league playoffs. Like I said, I fully expect we're going to be between between third and sixth. And, if we pulled off 2 wins here, I think we could end up third. But regardless, wherever we are, you got to win that first game. And they're more than capable of that. They win that first game, go to districts, and you just never know. You get to districts, and it's a new season. You win a couple and you go to state. So, that's all there is to it. The one unfortunate part per se is our league number 1 and number 2. Our league number 1, the championship game, they go to state. The number 2 has to beat the number 3 from the EWAC, and then they go to state. And then our number 3 and 4 battle their 4 and 5, and then they potentially play each other, and then they play the number 3 from EWAC, assuming that our number 2 beats them, for the final spot to state. So it's a long road, but very possible. And you know what? Again, you never know. We could end up second in league playoffs, and if we end up second in league playoffs, you win one, you go to state. So at the district level. So. And that's the same on both sides for the girls, too. Our girls are just, an amazing team and have been that way for a number of years, and I think will continue for a number of years. And they have if they're not in Spokane, I'm going to be absolutely floored. So I expect our girls to be at state in Spokane, and our boys have the potential to be there. Just one win away, kind of the same as last year, one win away from going. So anyway, I think it's going to be a good matchup tonight. they've got some. Well, the one thing that the Tonasket team has is experience. We've got a really young team. Like I said, one senior, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 juniors, and then we got 5 freshmen, right? So we're heavy on the freshmen and juniors. Where for Tonasket they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seniors. 6 seniors on the floor tonight. 1 junior, 1 sophomore. So it will be interesting to see. We got Tompkins, we've got a sophomore and a senior, Tanner, who we've watched quite a bit. A good player. Maldonado. So we got Jax Tompkins, Tanner Tompkins. We got Caesar Maldonado, Isaiah Spangler, Adrian Lewis, Marcoby Lynn Scott, Noah Graves, and Isaac Rivera. So some talent on the Tonasket side, and I think it goes either way. I'm not sure who's going to walk out of here with a victory tonight. Again, I think a lot of it's going to come down to who has the ball at the end and who still has their legs under them, and how it all plays for them. So it's going to be some good basketball, and it's going to be a good game. So excited to bring this to you all tonight. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's unexpected. Something must have happened. I'm mumbling to myself because, I don't know, sometimes my iPad goes an entire game or entire 3 games without any problem. And then all of a sudden, like now, it loses its mind and drains the battery in 2 seconds, even though we're on Wi-Fi, for crying out loud. Normally it happens when I'm on cellular, but tonight it decided it wanted to get down there. I'm glad I happened to see it. So there must be an update or something going on. But anyway, we are 10 seconds away from announcements of the starting lineups. So exciting. All right. Who are they starting? They're going to start. Well, it looks like both the Tompkins will be starting.
Before we begin tonight's game, Bristol High School, along with Tonasket High School, we'd like to remind everyone to display good sportsmanship. Please respect the players, the coaches, the officials, and your fellow fans as we enjoy tonight's contest. Let's make this a fun and positive experience for everyone. And now, let's meet the starting lineups in alternate order. First for the Tigers, a sophomore, number 0, Jax Tompkins.
Jax Tompkins.
For the Bears, at 6'8", freshman, number 2,
Jordy coming out.
For the Tigers, a senior.
I love the lineup. I love the lineup. I love the lineup. I love the lineup. Here's Tanner Tompkins. Lando. Maldonado.
For your Bears at 5'8", junior, number 11, go Sam Arevalo.
Sam Arevalo.
For the Tigers, a senior, number 4, Isaiah Spangler.
Spangler coming out.
For your Bears at 6'7", a junior, number 12,
Carden coming out.
For the Tigers, a senior, number 5, Adrian Lewis. And for your Bears at 6 foot even, a junior, number 23, Preston Thompson. The Tigers are assisted by Steve Williams, James Richardson, and head coached by Shane Spangler. Your boys are assisted by Alejandro Sanchez, Edward Hernandez, and head coach Michael Taylor.
All right.
Contest will be
Sure, Tanner will be jumping against Carden. All right. Tonasket with it and doesn't drop. Carden with the rebound. Lando across the timeline, back to Carden. Carden's drops. Spangler with it. Brings it down across the timeline. Kicks it over to Jax. Tanner. Tanner with Sam on him. Lando. Tompkins doesn't drop. Carden with the rebound. Dribbling it. Kicks it out to Lando with it now. Preston with it. Out. Jordy. Jordy to Sam. Sam. Jordy. Jordy with a shot, but it doesn't drop. And Jordy with it. Carden kicks it over to Sam. Sam to Preston. Preston gives it to Jordy. Jordy for a three, doesn't hit. Tompkins with the rebound. Tanner. Sam on him. Tanner comes through, and they're gonna see what they call here. 0. So Jordy with the foul, first foul. Inbounds to Spangler, out to Jax. Over to Tanner, back to Spangler, and they're gonna call somebody there. Okay, so Lando's gonna get the foul. Spangler at the line. First one goes off the front of the rim. Spangler gets the second one to drop. 2-1, Lando with it. Lando comes across the timeline, picks it up, gives it to Sam, down to Preston. Preston in the corner to Sam. Sam out to Lando. Lando with it. Doesn't drop. Tompkins with the rebound. Couple bears on him. Dribbles out of it. Sam on him now. 6:08 remain here in the first. Gives it to Jax, to Spangler. Spangler trying to get through. Lewis with it. Lewis driving through. Doesn't drop. Preston with it. Gives it out to Lando. Lando up to Sam. Sam kicks it back to Lando. Over Jordy with it. Doesn't drop. Sam gets the rebound. Over to Jordy. Jordy drives. Puts up a little floater and gets it. 4-1. Spangler with it. They're just having Sam cover Tompkins, Tanner. And gets it away. Gives it to Jordy. Jordy gets it tagged away. Carden with it. And they're going to call a foul. I'm not sure if they're going to call it on the ground. Okay, so Maldonado with the foul. 4-1, 5:11 remain. Lando inbounds to Preston, out to Jordy. Jordy driving. Kicks it to Preston. Preston to Carden. Carden up and in. 6-1. Jax with it. Tompkins it's Jax Tompkins. I'm calling Jax though, just to keep the two. Lewis, and Lewis is going to get a foul and go to the line to shoot 2. So Preston. 6-1, 4:49 remain here in the first. Lewis gets the first one. 6-2. And gets the second one. 6-3. Lando with it. Over to Carden. Carden down to Sam. Sam looking. Preston with it. Out to Jordy, over to Carden. Carden drives through, tries to feed it underneath, and it will be bare ball underneath. Bears with an inbound, 6-3, 4:29 remain. Into Carden, Jordy, Preston. Preston for a three, doesn't drop, and Maldonado with, or Lewis with the rebound. Tompkins with it, driving through everybody. We'll call it on the ground. That'll be 4 on Brewster. That'll be 2 on Preston. So Preston will need to come out with 2 on him. Jacob coming in. Kicks it into Spangler. Spangler driving through everybody, kicks it out to Lewis. Lewis to Tompkins. Tompkins driving, kicks back for a 3, doesn't drop. Lewis gets the rebound. Jacks with it, Tompkins with it. Tompkins kicks it over to Maldonado for the score. Lando. Sam with it. Lando, Jacob, Jordy. Sam with it. 14, Jordy. Carden doesn't drop. Tompkins with the rebound. Driving through. Kicks it out to Spangler. Spangler to Jacks. Into Tompkins. Jordy with it. Gets it stolen away. Tompkins with it. 6-7. Jordy with it. Lando. Carden. Up and in. Good job by the Carden and Jacob. Sam has just got Tompkins. That's his mission tonight, is just to hold him from scoring a ton. Gets it stolen away. Gets it punched away. So Tompkins, we had it, and Jacks with it. Lando with it. Up to Carden. Oh! Just get the lay-in, my friend. Get the lay-in, my friend. I know you didn't have enough momentum going with you. Tompkins had momentum, was able to jump and get it, and you just want to get the lay-in and get the points. But you want to show you're capable of it, and he's quite capable of it. He just needs a little more runway. He was standing still. 1:56 remain in the first, 8-7. All right. Oh. Our broadcast announcer for the gymnasium, Gordon Wright. All right. Tonasket back out on the court. Bears going back out. Man-to-man, full court. Spangler with it. Isaac out on the floor. Lando. Isaiah. Spangler. Maldonado, we've got Graves with it. Jax hits a three. Lando with it. Cardin with it. Back to Lando. Sam with it. And they're going to call a foul. So Bear ball. Jax. So it'll be underneath. Box calling the play in. Lando will inbound. Into Cardin. Gets it picked off by Spangler. Saw that one coming a mile away. Puts one up. Isaac gets it tapped away. Spangler with it. Tompkins with it. And they're going to say Tonasket ball. So Jax with it. And it's going to be down underneath. So inbound play. Jax with it. Gives it to Tanner. Tompkins with it. And it's going to say Bear ball. Lando with it. 44 seconds remain. Isaac puts up a little floater. Cardin tries to get it. Let's say Jacob. And they'll be shooting for the last 34 seconds. 8-10, Jax at the line. Gets that one. And doesn't get that one. Cardin with it. Over to Lando. Brings it down. Lando. Right into Cardin's Gevers. So, Spangler. I'm going to say Tonasket ball. 6.6. And doesn't get it. So Bears are doing their best to contain Tanner Tompkins, as he is Tonasket's leading scorer and a big reason for how well they've done this season. You can't discount the rest of the team. They're playing good ball. They have the lead, 10-11, but Bears doing a good job so far holding Tompkins in check. Hopefully they can do it for 4 quarters. They did have Sam Arevalo just on his hip the entire time. They pulled Sam there at the end. But Bears gotten a little bit of a foul issue. So we'll see what happens here in the second quarter. As right now, good game. And this is kind of what I expect. I expect it to kind of be this way throughout, and coming down to who ends up with the ball last. Yeah, Caitlin Gibbons over here chatting with her friends from Tonasket, so getting some hugs. So she did. She transferred down from Tonasket and is a starter for the Brewster Bears, who, again, expectations are they're going to state. So it'll be a lot of fun to see. All right, 8 minutes till we're at half. And looks like Bear ball to start the second. All right. Isaac with it, gets it rejected, and doesn't. And they're going to say Bear ball. So Bronson in the game. Into Lando. Lando coming around, kicks it out to Bronson. Bronson picks up his dribble. Lando with it. Into Carden. Over to Bronson. He said his foot was out of bounds. 7:35 left here in the first half. Yeah, don't worry. All right. Spangler with it. We have Lando on Tompkins now. Spangler going around. Floats one, doesn't drop. Jacob with it. Jordy with it. Bronson. Jordy. Lando. Carden. Sinks it. Tompkins gets around Lando. Comes down, gets stopped by Carden, but not able to drop. Carden with the rebound. Gives it to Lando. Goes and sets up. Down to Jordy. Lando. Carden. Back to Jordy. Bronson. Oh. Right into Tonasket's hands. Lewis. All right, Spangler. Spangler driving. Kicks it back out to Graves. And it's going to go out of bounds and be Bear ball. He was trying to give it to Tompkins. Timeout. Brewster. 6:24. Bears up 12-11 as we head towards halftime. Again, I expect this to be a great game all the way through. And again, the Bears are continuing to try and contain Tanner Tompkins. So far, they've been able to do it. Carden's been playing a good game. And the defense has been able to hold him back a little bit. Tompkins hasn't. I don't know if Tompkins has any points yet. He has 2. Jax has 4, so his brother has 4. All right. Bears go back out on the floor. Bronson going to inbound. All right. Lando with it. Across the timeline. Gives it to Carden. Carden out to Bronson. Bronson to Carden. Carden, little shot, sinks it. 14-11. 6:09 remain in the first half. Jax with it. Lewis. Tompkins. This is where it would be nice to have Hurtado. Carden with it. Carden with it. Carden, another little shot. That one doesn't drop. Spangler comes away with it. Carden tries to get away from him. Tompkins from the three-point line doesn't get it. Lewis gets himself in a good position and causes a foul. So Lewis, second one on Jacob. Lewis going to the line to shoot 2. First one drops in. Tied at 14. Second one up. Doesn't drop. Rebound by Maldonado and scores. Lewis gets the basket. Lando brings it down. Gives it to Max. Max gives it back to Lando. Back to Max. Over to Preston. Preston over to Carden. Carden. Lando. Got to be ready and take your shot when you're open. Max with it. Over to Lando. Preston, long shot. You're going to let it go. Spangler with it. Up to Tompkins. Tompkins over to Jax. Jax doesn't drop, and it'll be bare ball. 4:45 remain, 14-16. Max to inbound to Lando. Lando brings it across the timeline. Bronson with it. Max with it. Preston. Yeah, so they're going to call it. I'm not sure who they're calling it on. So Lewis, first foul for him, first team foul for Tonasket. 4:21 left here in the first half. Lewis with it, up to Jax. Jax down, dribbling around, out to Spangler. Spangler kicks it down to Jax. Lewis out to Jax. Jax with a 3. Doesn't drop. Yep, over the back. So Lewis will have a foul called on him. So 2 on him. All right, Lando with it. 3:49 left here in the first half. Lando comes down, tries to feed it in underneath, and they're going to say white ball. Graves comes in. Lando with it. Carden with it. Lando. Over to Bronson. Bronson for a 3. Doesn't drop. Rebound. I'm going to say. What? He wasn't. I don't know what they're going to say here. Oh, they're saying he was going to shoot him? Oh, they're saying he's going up. All right. Well, let's see it on replay. Graves at the line. This is the first one. (14-16), 3:21 left here in the first half. Second one he gets. 14-17 into Lando. Over to Preston, over to Max. back to Bronson. Bronson to Cardin. Cardin looking to see what he can do. Over to Lando. Out to Preston. Bronson for another three. He gets to shoot three. Spangler. So shooting three, Bronson, Becker. Doesn't get the first one. Bronson shoots the second one. Doesn't get that one. Sam going back in. Bronson, third attempt. Gets that one. Jordy coming in for Bronson. 2:54 remain here in the first half, 15-17. Jacks with it. Spangler. Oh, lost the handle, but got lucky. It dribbled down. Spangler doesn't drop. Lando with it. Lando gets. Jordy with it, down to Sam. Sam in the corner. Sam goes around, and they're going to say he stepped on the line. .216. Bears take a timeout. Back out on the floor for the last 2:16 of the first half. Tompkins with it. Tosses it way down to Spangler and out of bounds. Nope. They're going to say, yep, it's a bare ball. Preston to inbound to Lando. Oh, going to be bearable. All right. So Spangler with it. Drives around, posts it up inside, gets the 15-19. Sam and Tompkins with the rebound. Goes around everybody. And they're going to say, so they're counting the basket? Not sure. All right, so counting the basket. And he can shoot one. So, gets that one as well. 15-22. Sam Arevalo bringing the ball across. Kicks it down to Bronson. Bronson to Jordy. Jordy for the three. Doesn't drop. Tompkins with the rebound. Pulls up. Spangler. Spangler for a three. Doesn't drop. Sam Arevalo with it. Sam driving. And they're going to call a foul there. Is the basket good? What are they? I'm not sure what happened there, folks. 104 remains. Spangler with it. Bronson on him. Kicks it out to Tompkins. Tompkins driving. Jacks with it. Gets it. Bronson with it. Brings it across. Into Carden. Carden with a little shot. Doesn't drop. Nobody to rebound. Spangler. Spangler. Doesn't drop. Carden with it. Gives it to Tompkins. Rivera. Maldonado. Tompkins with it. Sam Arevalo with it. Doesn't drop. All right. End of the first half. 17-26. (17-26) at half. Tompkins has 11 points at this point. His brother Jax has 6. So the two of them have the combined score of what Brewster's been able to generate in offense so far. Started off well, but Tompkins opened it up for Tonasket a little bit, and Bears are not containing him as well as they had hoped, I'm sure, and some of their shots aren't dropping. I would say some of the players, when they're open, when some of the Brewster players are open, they need to take their shot, be confident that it's going in. I'm sure both coaches are going to have some advice for their teams here at the half. So when they come back out, make some adjustments. Fun to listen to the Brewster band. Always fun to hear what they've got going. We will again see what changes and adjustments are made by both teams. And it's going to be interesting to see how the teams do and finish off regular season. There's basketball. I'm going to check standings again now. All right, we got a couple going in here. So right now as it stands, Okanagan is 1, 4-0 in league, 12-3 overall. Tonasket's second currently at 3-1, 12-6 overall. Liberty Bell is quote unquote, is third at 2-1 in league and 15-3 overall. Bridgeport 3-3, 8-6. Lake Roosevelt 2-3. Oh, close. 2-3, 8-6. Or excuse me, Lake Roosevelt 2-3, 6-11 overall, and Brewster is in 6th at 1-3, 4-13. Manson is 7th, 0 and 4. Ooh, almost. All right, Dylan Gamble. Wonderful young man in our community. Oh, just like that. Great job, Dylan. That was a great shot. Wow. All right. Liberty Bell, I'm curious how that's going to play out for them. They've done really well in league. I got to look at Liberty Bell, folks. Got to look at Liberty Bell. Let's see, who do they have left? Liberty Bell for league has Manson. Oh, they've got Manson, Lake Roosevelt, and Tonasket. So that's going to be interesting for them. But like I said, they had a couple losses recently, which kind of surprised me. I'm assuming somebody's injured, but you know, let's check out Tonasket. So Tonasket beat Liberty Bell 71-53, beat Curlew 79-32, beat Republic 68-56, lost to Kettle Falls 47-61, beat Garden City Academy 74-20, lost to Davenport 51-70, lost to Okanagan 41-67, beat Colville 59-46, beat Manson 62-38, lost to Kittitas, 58-60, that was a good one. Beat Jenkins 73-63, beat Valley Christian 52-46, beat OMAC 69-25, lost to Okanagan 60-69, lost to Chelan 28-64, beat Manson 65-33, beat Bridgeport 68-61, beat Lake Roosevelt 70-52. They have us and Liberty Bell remaining in league. They have a non-league game against Leavenworth. So it'll be interesting to see where Tonasket ends up and where everybody falls out. Obviously, in a lot of respects, we just need to win the first league playoff game. You win that, you go on to districts, and you give yourself that opportunity to potentially make it to state. But we've got some great teams in the league this year, and it's going to be interesting to see how everybody finishes out and how the league tournament goes. So we shall see. All right, well, we got 5 minutes left here in the half before we get action back underway. Tonasket stretched out a little more of a lead than I expected, 17-26, largely in part to Tanner Tompkins really getting some hoops there where Brewster really controlled him to start the game, but he got away with a few little things. Height differential is part of it, and just ability to get to the hoop and use that height to his advantage. So he's a great player, and kudos to Tonasket with how they've done this season, and will continue to do. I'm gonna actually. Nope. Go back and look at the RPI standings now. So RPI-wise, Colfax sets at number 1 at 16-0, followed by Northwest Christian Colbert 17-0. Tri-Cities Prep 17-1 is third. Adna's 4. Liberty Bell sitting at 5, followed by Okanagan at 6. So 2 of our teams are in the top 10. Reardon is at 7. El Waco at 8, Toledo 9, Napavine 10, Goldendale 11, Kittitas 12, Liberty Spangle 13, Mount Vernon Christian 14, Freeman 15, 16, Tonasket is 16, Auburn Adventist 17, Bridgeport 18, so we have 4 in the top 20. Orcas Island 19, Jenkins at 20. Then Lake Roosevelt's 29, we're 37. 37 and Manson's 38. So, but our boys, like I said, they got a lot of talent and ability. If they just trust themselves and make some shots and play like they're capable of, they can play with anybody. As we saw against Davenport. So hopefully the Bears have a good second half here and come away with a victory and get themselves prepped. I mean, we've got this game in Okanagan. determine our league standings. We beat Manson, so that'll give us the opportunity to at least come in at number 6 in league, and we'll have to play the number 3 team and beat them. So let's see what happens and how that all goes for them. All right, let's.
Just as a reminder, we have 2 major fundraisers going on. At Thursday's game, it will be senior night, and the senior class of 2026 will be putting on a spaghetti feed fundraiser. For $5,
Wow. Yeah, literally, there are 2 seniors on the girls and boys teams combined. Jacob Pachowski and Hilea Aparicio, and that's it. So we got 2 of them we get to celebrate. Next year, man, there is a lot next year, as long as everybody comes back. So that'll be exciting to see and see how it goes. All right. All right. Well, we got some Brewster lady basketball players over there helping lead the cheering section. Talent. Just saying, talent. All right. Well, we got lots of cheerleaders. They don't tell us what grade they're in this year. So I don't know. Maybe there's some senior cheer team that will be celebrating as well on Thursday as we play OMAC here at home. Final game will be against Okanagan up there. All right, well, 1:03 before we get going here for the second half of this one. All right. Starting lineup out there for the Bears and for Tonasket. Bear ball to start the second half. Preston will inbound to Lando. Lando's going to bring it across the timeline. Kicks it into Cardin. Cardin gives it to Jordy. Jordy drives out to Lando. Lando for a 3. Cardin gets the rebound and the putback. 17-26, Spangler with it. Brewster gets the ball away. Sam with it. Kicks it over to Preston. Preston kicks it out, puts up a little shot, doesn't drop, but they're going to get called, so he'll be going to the line to shoot 2. So Lewis will be his 3rd. So Preston, see if he can get a couple here. Gets the first one. So Graves going in for Lewis. So we're showing 21-26. All right, so Spangler with it. Jacks with it. Tompkins. Jacks. Rebound. Kicks it out to Spangler. Graves. And they're going to call Lando for it. Armbar. I want to see that on video. Bronson. Into Spangler. Tompkins with it. Jacks gives it to Spangler, or excuse me, gives it to Tompkins. Doesn't drop. Okay, so Maldonado gets his second. All right, so inbound to Sam. 6:32 left in the third. I gotta get that changed. Over to Cardin. Cardin floats one up, 23-26. And out to Tompkins. Doesn't drop. 11, so it'll be on Sam. So that's Sam's first, which is pretty darn good considering he's having to cover Tanner Tompkins. Gets the first one. Doesn't get the second one. Cardin with the rebound. Over to Jordy. Jordy drives around, kicks it down to Preston. Yeah. So 5:59 left here in the third. Inbounds to Bronson. Sam. Over to Jordy. Jordy for a three. It's up short. Sam with it. Sam going to go to the line and shoot two. We're calling that on Tompkins. So Sam at the line, shooting a couple. Doesn't get the first one. Gets the second one. 24-27. Spangler with it. Gets it batted away by Jordy. Inbounds. Over to Jacks. Tompkins with it now. Jacks with it. Puts up a shot and gets it. 24-30. Sam with it. Cardin. Jordy. Cardin with a three. Doesn't drop. Preston with the rebound. Counts the two. Going to the line. 4:53. Okay, so Preston gets to shoot one.
Number 3 fouls on number 3. 6 out of 5.
Maldonado picks up that foul. Preston doesn't get it to drop. Cardin gets it. Gets it picked off by Tompkins. He just Carden. And, gets fouled and gets the basket. So Graves going to the line. That'll be Preston's third. So Graves for the shot. Gets it to drop. Sam Arevalo with it. Jordy doesn't drop. Tompkins with the rebound. 4:05 remained here in the third. Tompkins for a three, doesn't drop. Jacks with the rebound. Over and back. What are they going to call? They're going to call something. All right, 28-35, 3:58 here in the third. Sam with it. Down to Bronson. Bronson to Jacob. All right. Jacks with it. Oh. So that's Jacob's third. Fourth overall. 3:35 remain. All right, so Spangler to inbound. Puts it out. Jordy, yep. Maldonado pushes. So he's going to go to the line to shoot two, right? Yep. It's four. That's 5 fouls overall. That was All right, well, I don't know. I thought there was. Yep. So now he's going to go shoot two. So he gets to shoot two. 3:25 remain. What's that one? All right. Gets the second one. 30-35. Spangler with it. All right, Jacks with it. Graves. Out to Spangler. Tompkins. Spangler for a three. Doesn't drop. Graves doesn't get it to drop, but he'll be going to the line and shooting two. Oh. So that'll be Jacob's fourth. Gets that one. Graves shoots the second one. Doesn't drop. Jordy with the rebound. So 5. Preston with a shot. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up and in. Spangler with it. Puts it down underneath to Graves, and he scores. Sam with it. Preston. Jordy with it. Spangler. Trap on. I'm going to say Tonasket ball. Carden back in the game. Spangler with it. Spangler gives it to Tompkins. Tompkins drives. And he's going to go shoot two. So Chowski on Max. So Max has one now. Tompkins at the line to shoot two. First one drops in for him. 1:54 remain here in the third. Tompkins gets them both. 35-40. Sam with it. Tries to force a pass, and Tompkins takes it away. Lays it up and in. He's up to 18 on the night. Down to Jordy. Jordy up and in. 37-42. Graves with it. Out to Spangler. Tompkins. Graves. Gonna let him shoot two. Against Sam, that'll be his second. And back to the line. First one doesn't drop for him. 1:17 left in the third. Gets the second one. 37-43. Sam with it. Over to Preston, over to Jordy. Jordy hits another three. 40-43. Good job, Jordy. That was impressive what Carden did on the ground, man. Keeping his dribble and smart enough to get it out there. Preston saw Jordy open and put it down there. All right. Jack's with it. Jack's with Greaves. They got to guard him better. He's killing him. Greaves is up to 10 already. Or Graves. Over to Preston. Thought he had it. Gets it up and in. 42-45. Into Spangler. Graves is open again. Carden with it. Over to Preston. Back to Carden. Yep. And he's going to shoot two. It's Tompkins' second. So Carden to shoot a couple. Gets the first one. 43-45. 15 seconds remain here in the third. That one doesn't drop. Preston gets it. Jordy. Nope. And stay bare ball. 6.3 seconds. Woo! All right. 6.3. Carden for the three. Wow. Carden nails that one to give the Bears the lead. 46-45 as we close out the third period. 8 minutes left, folks. Great game. Oh, I think a lot of it is going to come down to who has the ball last. The Bears are playing some good basketball. Confidence and ball movement and taking their shots. And Tonasket is not going to let this one go. But, again, this is what I'm talking about. We get to league playoffs, and the first game is the most critical. I mean, you lose it, your season comes to an end. It doesn't matter, you're 3, 4, 5, or 6. You've got to win the first one or you're done. So we'll see what happens there. But tonight is another opportunity for the Bears to show they're capable of playing with and beating any team in our league, including some of the ones that have done well in regular season. So great job, Bears. Love to see this. And I just think they're going to continue to gel. I wish they had a little more runway. I wish there was a little more time before league playoffs, because I think they're just kind of starting to click a little bit like we talked about, and I think it's going to be really good. So anyway, we got 8 minutes left to see who walks away here with the victory. We got Cass Geber setting off to our side, where he won some championship ball when he was a coach for a couple of years. So a lot of fun to see him here tonight. Tonasket to have the ball to start the fourth. Spangler with it. It's a ball, jump ball. Hey. Who are they going to call what for? Talking to him about, hey, there's no reason for that. None. So what's the call? So 2 technicals.
Double technical on the one Tanner Tompkins and to Jordan.
So Jordan gets a technical. Sam gets a technical. So Tanner Tompkins with a technical for Tonasket. Jordy Medina for a technical for Brewster. Jump ball, and it'll be bare ball due to jump rotation. 46-45. Tonasket calls. Oh, no. I thought he was asking for a timeout, but he was asking for a technical, or who had the technical. Preston with it. Kicks it out to Sam. Sam back. Carden for a 3. Nope. Rims in and out. Jordy. Let's say Tonasket ball. 7:26 left here in the game. 46-45. Spangler with it. Spangler in the corner, trying to figure out what he's going to do. Gets it taken away. Jordy with it. Jordy gets it stuffed by Tompkins. Let him fly over and then take your shot. Sam with it. Carden with it. Carden with it again. Carden with it again. Spangler with it. (48-47), 6:30 left. Tompkins gives it to Jax. Jax fires a 3 and sinks it. 48-50. Sam with it. 6:17 remain. Oh, Cardin was not expecting that one. Sam with it. .602, 48-50. Bear ball. Out to Cardin. Tompkins going out on Jordy with it. Doesn't land. Tompkins with it. Doesn't drop. And crowd does not like that call. We'll have to watch it on playback. 5:52 remaining, 48-50. Tompkins gets the first one to drop in. Tompkins gets the second one. 48-52, Lando with it. 5:50 remain. Over to Cardin. Cardin to Lando. Out to Jordy. Jordy for a three and gets it. Jacks with it. Spangler. Jack Spangler, nobody on him. Doesn't drop. Cardin with the rebound. Sam with it. 5-12, 51-52. Sam kicks it over to Jordy. Jordy for a three. Gets it. 54-52. Oh, man. Got people on their feet, people on their feet. Awesome to see. That was a great shot by Jordy. Glad that he's got the confidence and that those are going for him. That's what we need. And like I said, it's just starting to gel. It's just starting to gel for the team. I wish they had a little more time to get themselves comfortable and able to really feel this. And they're doing great. 5:03, 54-52. But 5 minutes is a lot of time left. Lando's got 4, Preston's got 3, Tompkins has got 3, Maldonado has 4, and Lewis has 3. So, both teams have a little bit of foul trouble, but there's only 2 fouls on Brewster, 1 on Tonasket so far. So we'll see what happens here. All right. All right. All right. Spangler with it. Jacks with it. Jordy. Can't make those try and going over his head passes. Tompkins gets it. Tie game. Lando with it. 4:35. Lando drives, kicks it out to Cardin. Cardin gives it to Jordy. Jordy to Lando. Lando. Tompkins gets the rebound. Down to Lewis. Lewis puts one up and in. 50. Lando. Almost gets it. Tied with 3:44 remaining. Spangler. 3:39. Spangler. Carden with it. Up to Sam. Sam back to Carden. Preston with it over to Jordy. I gotta get used to this. Preston. Carden. Doesn't get that one. Tompkins with it. Sam on him. 3 minutes remain. Spangler. Lewis. Lando with it. Carden, timeout. 2:39 remain. 2:39 remain. Tied at 57. (57-57). 2:39 remain. Carden Gevers with 24. Jordy with 16. Tanner Tompkins for Tonasket with 25. Jax Tompkins with 12. Coach Taylor talking with his team what he wants to see here on this inbound play to try and regain the lead. But it's going to be, this is great basketball here the last few minutes. Again, the only players really in trouble is Lando with 4 for Brewster, and for Tonasket you've got Maldonado with 4. Team foul wise, 2 for Brewster, 1 for Tonasket. All right, Sam inbounds to Lando. Got a play they want. Sam with it. They're going to call him for it. Oh, they're going to call Sam for that. Saying he hooked somebody. All right, 2:28. Spangler. Tompkins. Spangler. Jax. (11). So that'll be his first. But Graves, foul on Graves. Lando with it. 2:13 remain. Preston. Sam. Carden. Nope. Jump ball. Jump ball. Tonasket ball with 1:55 remaining. Lewis coming in for Graves. He has 3. So Spangler with it. Tied at 57, 1:52 remain. Goes around, gets it stuffed, kicks it out to Tompkins. Doesn't drop. Lando with it. Jordy, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, folks. Jordy just hit it. 60 to 57, 122 remain. Jordy just hit a nice three. It was tough. I'm so sorry. I was so excited I was watching the game. Carden went in, tried to put one up and in, didn't come. Preston hustled his butt up, got the rebound, got it out to Jordy, who got it. 60 to 59, 1 minute remain. 1 minute remain. Carden with it. Preston. Dropped it in. Spangler. 50 seconds. Gets it tagged away. Lando with it. 42 seconds remain. You can say he's out of bounds. And it'll be bare ball underneath with 38 seconds remaining. Timeout Tigers, 62-59. 38 seconds remain, bare ball. Coach is drawing up what they want to see here in the final few seconds. We are one possession. And they've got a lot of fouling to do to get us to the line, so. Wow. Great game. Team that has the ball last. Bears right now with 38 seconds and the ball. Tonasket only has 2 fouls on them, so they're going to have to foul a lot to force us to the line. Coach Taylor talking with his team what he wants to see on this inbound play, what he expects. Inbounds to Jordy. Jordy out to Lando. Sam Arevalo with it. Lando. Sam. Preston. Sam. 6 seconds left. And again, oh my gosh. Sam off the basket and in. 11 seconds remain. Timeout Tonasket. Nice job. They were down to 5 seconds. It burned the clock like they needed to. Sam went around, laid it up and in. It went off and in to in. So 64-59, 9 seconds remain. 9.1. So let's see. Whew, I will put my face into the iPad here, folks, so I can't see around. I know you missed a couple plays there, and I feel terrible. I am sorry. I wish I had a camera person. I just don't. So I'm trying to do it all, and you know my multitasking, and when it gets good like this, I suck. But Sam did a great job. The Brewster team did a great job doing what Coach asked, which is keeping the ball out on the perimeter, going around, burning clock, getting it down to as far as they possibly could. They had 5 seconds on the shot clock when Sam made a move, went in, laid it off the glass, up and in. Now Tonasket's opportunity here well, they put it back to 10.5. So they got 10.5 seconds, and they got to make some points here. Jack's with it, going to inbound. Preston with it. Preston gets fouled, which it'll be bare ball with 9.2 seconds. We still got more time here. More time. Just don't turn it over. Nice job by Preston to get that thing. Inbound, Preston. Preston's holding it like a basketball, for crying out loud, or like a football. And that's not what you want. 5.9. And there's 3 seconds, or 3 fouls, 4 fouls now. So he's still not going to the line. 5.9 seconds. 5.9 seconds. Gets it taken away. Shot. They get that. And that's it. And that's it. Bears win it. Or are they saying there's going to be 1 second left? They're going to call 1 second. So what are they doing? They're saying there's time on the clock. 1 second. Oh, 61. 1.5 seconds. Bear ball underneath, 1.5 seconds. So the Bears have to get it in and get fouled. Coach Taylor talking to him, telling him what he wants to see. The Bears are going to win this thing. And there we go. 64, 61. Team that had the ball last. Great job, boys. You know, it is great to see their confidence and their abilities start to come out as they well should. This is a good team, like we've talked about, starting to gel. Took down a very good Tonasket team tonight. And it, like I said, could have gone either way. Brewster did a great job of controlling Tanner Tompkins as best they could. He still had 27 points on the night, his brother with 14. But you had 19 from Jordy, 24 from Carden, and 10 from Preston. And you get that, and you're going to win. So now the thing is we don't know who we're going to face in the first game of the league playoffs. That's the game that matters. We can beat Okanagan or whatever, but you know, we just need to win that first league game so that we get the chance to go to districts and see what goes from there. So great job, boys. Proud of you, proud of your effort. Tonasket did a great job, played hard, quality team, and it's going to be interesting to see. All right, folks, thank you for watching. We'll see you Thursday as we come for senior night to celebrate our 2 seniors and maybe some cheerleaders.